So moving on to WSL. So Liverpool, we're having a bad season as the Liverpool men's team, and our women's team is having an even worse season. But we've had a lot of injuries to account for it. And today's game was a good performance. So for those that don't know, this season Liverpool, up until today, had lost all their games so far this season, Liverpool ladies. But we played Brighton today at home, and it was a good game. Scored our first goal after 26 minutes from Olsen, and the football that they played was a bit unexpected because Brighton have been a better team in general, and obviously Liverpool have lost all their games so far this season. But as I watched it, I just couldn't stop watching Nagano in midfield. She's like a controller in there. And it felt like every time she got the ball, she had an extra second compared to everyone else. It's like almost like a force field around her. She would turn left, another person would turn right, and she would just turn right and they'll turn left. So, unfortunately for us, we conceded. It was ironic. I was sitting there watching the game, and then the commentator goes, man in the match, Liverpool goalkeeper Kirby. And I'm like, you've got to done it. We've won a game all season, picked up a point all season, and you give the goalkeeper man in the match when there's still time to go. And our sloppiest moment of the game, we can see the goal. They go down the right-hand side, and the goal scorer actually gets onto the ball first. Her name was Kadaji. And she plays out wide, and no one tracks her run. And I was like, oh, man. Like, she's just in the middle of the box, free as a bird. And then she strokes it in, through the goalkeeper's legs, Kirby's legs, and we equalise. To go back to earlier in part of the game,
I feel like the keeper should have done better there, though.
Yes.
The keeper should have done better, though. Yeah, you were lucky. You were lucky to get the draw.
Because Nandozi, I don't know if she was wrong-footed. I think she thought Olsen was going to go with her sliding shot, was going to go to the right, and all her weight was one way, and then she just collapsed on the floor, and then the ball just trickled. Then it was like, it was one of those moments that you think you would love to have that back again. Other than that, I thought she was all right during the rest of the game. Our issue has been this season, and was again today, is we don't get enough shots off on target.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Shots wise, we had 12 shots, they had 11. But we had 4 shots on target. 4 shots on target, they had 7. And we created one big chance, which we scored. They created 2 big chances and they missed both of them. So I was upset because West Ham were at bottom of the league as well, and they hadn't won a game. They won 1-0, and we went into the 93rd minute and we were 1-0 thinking, yep, we're not going to be bottom. We're going to get a win, and we got a draw. So, man, it was disappointing.
I think they're probably going to have you facing Chelsea next.
Yeah.
And they're top of the league and flying.
The second.
The second now?
The second, yeah.
Yeah, what do you call it at the top?
Man City at top.
Man City at top.
Man City. All right.
Well, Chelsea haven't lost in ages. Not in the league.
Yeah, they went all the whole of last season unbeaten, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
They had their own invincibles.
And they haven't lost this season either. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, well, everything's going to change.
It's an uphill battle. We've got a new manager in Gareth Taylor who has done well at Man City. So it's a long road. We just need to make sure. Looking at it now, sounds like daunting, but we just have to make sure we don't get relegated. Just pick up some wins so we can go up the table. Because last year we didn't do so badly last season. So hopefully we can spring a surprise against Chelsea and get a win, or at least a draw. But then the biggest game of the game week was Arsenal versus Chelsea. Heavyweight clash that ended in a draw amid huge controversy because of, or in my view, because there's no VAR.
Yeah, I agree.
If there's VAR, Arsenal win that game 3-1.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
you would like to think so anyway.
Yeah, true. Because boy, we should have been 1-1 out on stage today. So yeah, you're right.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
Give me something, man. Get out of here.
No, you get nothing, James.
You get nothing, mate. You had a nice season last season, bro. You need to suffer some pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Bev.
No, I was gonna say. I think in the first half, Chelsea were at it. They hit the post. The link up between Alicia Thompson and Writing, and she's hit the post, and then they've linked up again, and then Thompson's like dinked the keeper, and the keeper had absolutely no chance. But then we get the chance where Blackstenius has scored what you call a valid goal, but for some reason the referee's given it as handball. I don't know if it's because of the way that she's jumped back and she's moved her hand backwards that she thinks it's hit her hand. But when you look at it, the ref has looked at that for like seconds, like at least like 10, 15 seconds have gone when she's looked at it. They've run off and celebrated, and then mid celebration she's like, "Nah, call that back, handball." And you think that you could understand you'd be upset if that's happened to you as a player. Then we get like Russo then scores a goal, which I think that one could have been. I know we said the VAR. That one could have been offside. She looked like when she's leaning, she could be offside. But obviously, you don't know with the lines. But she's taken a goal well, and then we get another goal. But sorry, the pass, the assist from Malum was tidy as well. And then,
it was.
And then Marnham, she gets a chance in the second half as well, and I think that she's onside, and she buries it, and that's like the last kick of the game. I think that the Arsenal manager gets a booking because of protest. She gets booking because of the protest. Gets yellow card because of the protest.
Rightly so, though.
Yeah,
rightly so, though.
And I think that's like one of the biggest talking points of the weekend, because it doesn't matter. You look at those games, you look at those goals, and you could say 2 out of 3 of them could have stood, or you could mix them away around whatever way you want. But I think that Arsenal should have come away with the win in that game. And after the season that Arsenal have had this season, where it's been a bit indifferent, I think it's like a couple of draws in a row, a loss and a couple of draws against a Chelsea team that have been flying last season. You kind of want that to kind of build momentum going into the rest of the season, and hopefully that's what happens. Hopefully that they build that momentum and they start to have a bit more confidence and be a bit more free flowing in the way that they play, because they can play when they want to. So
it's going to be tough though. Chelsea, they're still, after not losing that game, they're 33 games unbeaten. Like, how do you stop a juggernaut like that? I know we said that Man City are top at the moment, and it could be a case with Man City with the 2 strikers they've got. Well, one of them's not even a striker anymore. Their run and how they know how to win, even before last year, it's going to be interesting. But having one Arsenal team flying high is more than enough for me, man.
Yeah,
I'd probably do another one.
I mean, if they beat Chelsea, you'd have been sitting third, weren't you? But I think your next game, you've got Spurs, right? So it's a North London derby, yeah?
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting, to be fair, because, that's going to be a battle, I reckon. Not too sure who's going to come up trumps on that.
Not the way Tottenham are playing. Tottenham today, hey, mate. It was a good game.
It's better than last season. Last season was as bad as Tottenham's men's team. But this season, they started off well. Tottenham were on a decent run this season, but today they were found wanting against London City Lionesses. They started off the game poorly in a way. A couple of corners didn't deal with well, and the first goal comes from ball into the box. Tottenham not able to clear the lines. It ricochets to the Lionesses. They find it play the ball back out towards the edge of the 18-yard box, and it's tucked in by Godfrey. Responded well, got a penalty, and it's tucked away by Tamberg. But then on the counter attack, Tottenham were obviously pushing forward to get a goal. London Lionesses go on a counter attack with Godfrey. She's got acres of space, no time, all the time in the world to play a ball across the box for Nakia Parrish to tuck in, and it's 2-1 at that point, and you're thinking, the Lionesses are the ones going to go in and finish this game off. But Tottenham get a free kick, and it's tucked in brilliantly by Simon. And I'm not sure if.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
When I was watching it, the commentator was like, "I've trained with her, and every training session, top bin. She'll stay afterwards, and it's gonna be top bin. She's gonna score." And the co-commentator was like, "You put a bit of pressure on her, and then bang." The way she's floated it as well. Yeah, it wasn't power. It was just
like
position.
A little chip. It's one of those ones where you float it with curl over the wall, and the keeper doesn't really have no chance with that elevation.
Nah.
The keeper doesn't have no chance. And at 2-2, the game is anyone's at that point. There's more than enough time for either team to go and win the game. Unfortunately, Tottenham ended up conceding an own goal from another cross.
Spursy.
And it was unfortunate.
Spursy, yeah?
But it was. I mean, basically, it's goal from 3 crosses that they've conceded today. And then the final goal from Godfrey, who was definitely player of the match. I mean, she was outstanding. She's got 2 goals and an assist. The second goal that she scores, she's again on the right-hand side, given too much time, able to cut in on her left foot. They probably thought, that's probably the weaker side. And you would have think that it was, but she ends up with a brilliant left-footed curl into the bottom corner. Keeper's got no chance, and that's it. Game done. 4-2. It was definitely an even enough game where either team could have gone on one, but you just felt defensively Tottenham were a little bit sloppy and gave the Lionesses too much time, especially in the wide areas, and that's ended up costing them. So good win for the Lionesses. They've obviously spent quite a bit of money and in the summer and got a few really good players in there. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue on
the debut season. Debut season in the top division.
Lionesses, yeah.
As on the City Lions, yeah, you're right. Okay, so second to last game. Man United losing. It's always good to hear.
Well, to be fair, they're just coming off of a 9-game unbeaten streak, so I feel like the loss was on its way at some point. To be honest, there weren't too many talking points in today's game, only because when United conceded after about half an hour of play, and it was a good goal by Taylor. The ball floated in.
Great strike.
Yeah, ball floated in. The keeper's come out, punched the ball, but didn't get purchase on the ball enough to actually get it out of the box. And you've got Taylor in the middle of the box and just hit on a half volley, nice little cut across, and just kind of put it in the bottom of the goal. And had no one near her, by the way. So, it was pretty easy for her to focus on technique, and if anything. After that, you had a couple more chances fall to Villa. I mean, I feel like what United struggled with today was just mainly the physicality of Villa. They were pressing us in some situations where United were looking really uncomfortable, and that's how they got their chances. But after that short spell, after they scored, they didn't really have much more to say.
No, they didn't.
No, because United were probing. They were, trying to create opportunities. I think the real talking points came towards maybe the latter end of the second half when we made the change and brought on what's the lady's name now? Williams, and she's been she's been a mainstay in United's squad for a few years now, but she's come on, and at the age of 30, I think she's 39 now, she's still managed to make some
37.
space. 37.
37.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she still managed to make some space in the box and get 2 rather clean headers on the ball.
Yeah. She's
But
strong.
if I'm honest, I feel like she could have maybe done a little bit better with the header in terms of just directing it away from the keeper rather than at the keeper, because it was a pretty easy save for the keeper to make. But I guess you've got to get the opportunity, right? So she done the right thing in that sense. But you'd hope that you could just get the equaliser, coming on as a substitute, 10 minutes before time, and just kind of make a difference. I was looking for some more. I was hoping for some more from Toon and Rolfo and even Park, because Park's been outstanding this season. Park plays on the right wing for us, and usually we can get something out of these guys, out of these ladies, because Park she's like the maverick when we get the ball on the wings. She honestly creates so much for us this season, but we didn't really find that in her. She got changed out for Williams, and immediately, we saw some real goal threat. But unfortunately, we couldn't break down the Villa defence, and the game ended 1-0. And I'd probably argue that their defence done a stellar job in keeping United quiet and stopping us from getting our 10 games unbeaten. Do you know what I mean?
Patton played really well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just hoping we can kind of find some form. I mean, the likes of Laetitia, Riviera, Park, all these people, all these ladies, they really do kind of usually make the difference in a game like that's so tight. But today it weren't meant to be. So on to the next one. I think we got City next. That is going to be a difficult task. I can tell you that for free.
Segue.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a difficult task for us next week. Can't lie, it's going to be a difficult task. But after seeing their performance today and how they dominated City, we definitely need to go back to the drawing board and ask for more from the individuals in our squad. We really do.
Yeah, so City's game today against Everton, it was a first half. It just felt like one way. It was like, how many are City going to get? Niedermar was just running things in midfield. Shaw was always ready to score. And Niedermar's goal, I think I said it to you guys, that the way her running style and the way she finishes reminds me of Haaland. I remember her at Arsenal, and she was a goal machine like Haaland. Just like Haaland is now, she was a complete goal machine. Then gets her injuries and eventually moves to Man City. And then you think to yourself, they've got Niedermar and they've got Shaw. Right? that's not something you look forward to playing up against, because they can shoot the lights out. And both of them are on the score sheet today. Everton's goal, because I think Leon, even when I was watching Leon said, I've hardly seen anything from Everton. And then the goal they score, what finish? The little flick finish. Like, it's like, wow. That was some goal. But it helped Everton because they got a bit of confidence, because that was 1-1. But then City stepped up a gear again. And some good football, goes out wide, and a really good header from Shaw. And I think really and truly, it should have been more than 2-1. If I'm being completely honest, but when I look back at it, I was like, am I seeing things? But the expected goals was 2.52 to 1.04, 16 shots, but just the football. And what I liked about how they played, everything was in and around the box. All their shots. There wasn't long shots from too far out that aren't gonna really make a difference. It's all in and around the box.
Yeah,
really threatening the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're top of the league, and I know, well, obviously Chelsea with 33 games unbeaten, it's gonna be hard to stop in the long run. But it could be a really exciting title challenge between them, and if Arsenal come back in, and obviously Man United, as you said before, were on their long unbeaten run. I just wish Liverpool were able to be in that run as well, man.
Yeah, no, you guys got yeah. See, you guys you had a run of your own as well. Anyway, was it 9 games?
Yes, we did. Last season, though. And this is we lost 5 in a row to start the season. We'll be fine.
No, right.
We'll be fine. Always digging. But
Yeah.
anyway, there'll be more on the WSL games as the season goes on. And next week is what? International break. So the international break is not for WSL. So you can find us here next week commentating and discussing more of their games. But we'll move on to, I always say it, my favourite part of the game week. And it's player of the week and moment of the week. So your women's WSL player of the week.
Very good for you. Yeah.
Okay. Lamont?
I'm going to give it to Man City, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, towering header. It was the difference today. And to be fair, I just like the all-around play, to be honest. It's not that she's, Jamaican or anything. Just, she plays really well.
I was going to say, Niedema was excellent in that game, but
Yeah,
Shaw
she
was good too. Leon?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to give it to Freya Godfrey as well. She was excellent today against Spurs, and yeah, deserved it. 2 goals and an assist, constant threat, and was really the match winner for her team today.
It'll be easy to go for Godfrey again. So I'll go left field, and I'll just go for someone who had a really good performance today. And I said it at the start. I think Leon had dropped off at the time when I first started it. Nagano, Liverpool centre midfielder. I thought she was excellent. She controlled the game. I think they gave Kirby the man in the match, but I don't think Kirby was the man in the match for us. I thought Nagano was the man in the match for us today. So Nagano gets my player of the week. So, Bevan, your WSL moment of the week?
There's about 3 of them. Or 2 of them. Whether it's Black Stanice's disallowed goal or Marnon's disallowed goal, take your pick. Any one of those moments of the weekend for me.
Okay, cool. Lamont?
I'm not going to lie. I was going to say the same thing, because those are what really matters. Those lack of decisions and things that don't go in your favour, they make the difference, like, at the end. Do you know what I mean? When you're looking for points and stuff. So, yeah, man, I have to agree with Bevan for once in my whole ACP career. Yeah, them decisions or lack thereof need to be highlighted.
Lee?
Yeah, I don't want to do the same as the guys, so I'll go with the free kick that Sumanen scored for Tottenham today. It was a great moment, as you said, the commentator's timing as well, backing her to score the free kick, and her ended up doing it. It was pretty special.
So that was actually going to be mine, but I always like to be different on here. So I will go with Godfrey, her performance in general. The 2 goals and the assist. The second goal on a weaker foot. Quality. Absolute quality. So, that is our player of the week and moment of the week. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to comment. Leave your comments on your predictions. Leave your comments on your player of the week, your player of your moment of the week for both the Premier League and the WSL. And also leave your comments on who you thought or who you think is going to win the league in the WSL. So, once again, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.